a very historic day for Teesside steelmaking, and we've got a very special person here today to help us start up the blast furnace. So I'd like to introduce Will Waterfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blast furnace is now on blast.
We're all friends in here. Yeah.
When the place is buzzing, we're all feeling fantastic, and it's been really, really hard work to get to this point. But you know, we've got a different challenge that starts tomorrow, which is to start making some steel. For SSI, it's turned them into an integrated steelworker. It's been a vision, steel business. It's been a vision that they've had for many, many years. So I suspect for Win and his father, this is a very, very emotional day.
You know, we have worked very hard for 1 full year. We are very happy to be here now. And you know, we believe in our people. We believe in Teesside, and you know, we have, and you know, we are very happy.
Our challenge is to operate this plant better than it's operated before, and that's the part that these guys have to play in making that successful. Okay, welcome to all assembled guests. Apologies that we dragged you out on a Sunday. We did try very hard to make it a weekday, but without success, and I'm sure you'll all agree that it's a very special occasion and worth sacrificing a Sunday afternoon for this special event. I'm very pleased to be able to announce that a few minutes ago at 5 o'clock, April the 15th, the blast furnace at Recar was relit and has now been put on blast. And within a few hours we'll be making iron again. I can say proudly that Teesside iron and steel making now lives again. The restart project has been a titanic struggle, and we've had a few false dawns. I'm sure you're all aware of those. I'd like to thank everybody in the room for your patience that you've helped us with during that period. To also recognise that this was a project of huge magnitude, and although there may be times over the last few months when we're going to get remembered for missed dates, I really would like this project to be remembered forever for the magnificent success and the achievement of bringing a blast furnace back to life in record time from a position that you know, nobody's ever done before in a period of time that's never been done before. It's a very important day for SSI Group, for Mr. Wynne, for his father, Mr. Witt, and all the external stakeholders. First, I'd like to thank Cheryl, Jeff Waterfield's partner, and their son Wills for being here today. Wills now occupies a unique position as probably the only 12-year-old on the planet who's had the pleasure and the privilege of starting up a blast furnace. So Wills single-handedly, with the help from a big fella called Dave Johnson a few minutes ago, lit the blast furnace to finish off the work that his father started some time ago. We appreciate the support and encouragement you gave Jeff in his endless pursuit of resurrecting Teesside steelmaking. As you all know in the room, Jeff tragically died last August, and there isn't a day that goes by when he's not missed. His name is synonymous with Save Our Steel campaign, and he'll be remembered forever as part of the history of steelmaking in this area. Jeff always talked about the blast furnace being relit, but his actual real vision was seeing the slab come off the back of the caster. He always said he wouldn't believe that steelmaking was alive again in Teesside until he saw that first slab come off the back of the caster. So if he's watching us, he's going to have to wait a couple of more days before we realise that dream. We owe him a great debt. He'll never be forgotten, and we'll be holding a special ceremony later this year when we will unveil a memorial in his honour. I'd like to thank all our employees who kept the operating plants functioning through the mothball period. We often talk about blast furnaces and steel plants, and they tend to take the limelight, and they tend to be everything that everybody talks about, that the media talk about, and it's probably the most newsworthy thing in town. But this business is the sum of many parts, and we wouldn't be where we are today without the efforts of all the functions, of burden prep, of coke making, of power station, of the port, and more recently of the sinter plant. Last, and by no means least, on behalf of everyone associated with Teesside steelmaking past and present, I'd like to thank Win, his father, and the SSI board for having the vision, the foresight and the bravery to undertake this, their first investment in Europe. I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone in Teesside and the UK that we won't let them down. As Win once said himself, if you believe in something and you don't give up fighting, then anything is possible. Win, we believe. There was a few that shared the belief that a new owner could be found, and it gives me great personal satisfaction today to be part of that new ownership team and being part of the team that has had the opportunity to put Teesside steelmaking back on the map. This is a heritage industry with 160 years of history on Teesside. Today we've resurrected that tradition. Today is about tears of joy. Teesside iron making lives again, and in 3 days' time, Teesside steelmaking will live again. Can I ask for a round of applause for the man who had the bravery to bring Teesside steelmaking back to life, and ask him to cut the cake. Win, thank you. Win, I'd just like you to do a couple more things. We have some flowers for Cheryl. If you just bring them round. Finally, last but by no means least, there is a disease that's been running through SSI UK for the last few months. I've been unable to thwart it. Despite the heavy use of my Filofax, an iPad seems to be the in thing. Win, congratulations. Thank you for your help today.